Today, we are going to be going over how to produce and deliver online statements and essentials for your donors. Before you start this process, it is important that you have prepped your donors and your donations for the statements you are preparing. To do so, we would recommend that 1. You've entered in all donations postmarked by December 31st. All online donations will already be in CDM Plus, but you'll want to make sure you have entered in all cash, check, and other donations for those donors. If using the process pending donation queue, you will want to make sure all these donations have been processed. These donation records will not show up on your statements until they are. You will want to merge any duplicate donor accounts together so that donors with multiple accounts will receive only one statement that shows all of their donations. Another good thing to check as you're reviewing your donors is to make sure under their donor record that the email statement box is checked. This will be helpful later on when you generate the online statements. It's also helpful to see if under their individual record they have an email associated with their Engage account. If you have any questions over any of those steps, click on Help at the top of CDM Plus, and then go to where it says Open Help Center. You can scroll to the Essentials tile, and here we have several support articles that are geared just for Essentials users. Under Managing Donors and Their Donations, you can see the steps for how to enter in cash, check, or in-kind donations. You can also see how you can merge donor accounts together. Underneath the Preparing and Producing Reports, you can see the steps for how to process pending donations. Once you have completed all of those tasks, you are able to start generating your online statements. First, to navigate to online statements, you can, from the menu options, click on Reports at the top and go to Online Statements. You can also click directly on Online Statements from your Welcome to Window dashboard. If you're an Engage admin, you can navigate to Engage and click on the hamburger menu in the upper right-hand corner. And then in the Admin section, go to the Giving Statement Batches. All of these options are going to take you to the Giving Statement Batch dashboard. This is where you can see all previously generated batches that you can view, edit, and delete, and this is where you will also create your new batch. To create your new batch, simply click on Generate Giving Statement Batch. You will first enter in the start and end date. This start and end date is going to be based upon the donation date that your donors have given. In the memo area, this is where you can enter in text. You can say thank you to your donors, so it's a great place for that. Or you can also include language such as no goods or services were received in exchange for this contribution. This is also a great place to put your EIN number, so it's handy and helpful for your donors. You can choose if you want to generate a batch for all donors, for a single donor, and if for a single donor, you can use this drop-down box to select that donor, or you can use the search field to search for them by their name or even their donor code. You can also select to generate a statement for a range of donors, and in the same way you can use the drop-down field, or you can type in the field to pull up the donors for the range that you need. In this situation, we're going to go ahead and generate a batch for all donors, and then we're going to simply click on Generate Batch. On the batch detail page, this is where you can see the list of donors within each batch. From this page, you can view or download a statement for a specific donor, publish the statements, and retract statements if need be. When you publish a statement, it means that it is now visible to your donors when they log into their Engage account. You can publish the batch of statements, or under the status column, next to a specific donor, you can use the drop-down option and just publish a statement for that specific donor. In this situation, we're going to go ahead and publish all unpublished by clicking this green button to make it an alert asking us if we would like to continue. And then it's going to let us know that our statements have been published. This means that all of the statements are visible if a donor were to log into their Engage account. Now, after we've published the statements, it is good to take a look at all of your donors to see if there are any alerts or anything missing from a donor record. In this situation, we see that this donor has a red exclamation mark next to their email button. What that means is the email statement box is not checked on that donor's record. This could be because the donor doesn't wish to receive their statement via email, and in that case, you can download their statement for them and deliver it to them. Or it may be something that was missed and you need to go back and check that box. To do so, you just close out of this window, click on Donor Records, set up a find to search for that donor. You'll then click on Change on this left-hand side menu, and then make sure this box next to Email Statement is checked, and then save all your changes. Now, if we go back to the online statement batch, on the batch details page, we're going to go ahead and click on Details next to the batch we just generated. And now if we look at this donor, we'll see that that red exclamation mark has been removed. Another thing you'll want to check for is to make sure that they have an email button next to their name. If not, that means that that donor does not have an email address tied to their Engage account. To correct this again, you're going to close out this window. I always like to search for this by the donor records first. That way I know I have the correct donor. So we're going to click on Donor Records, set up a find to search for that donor. Click on the individual jump button that's tied to this donor record. And now we can add that email address. To add the email address, we click on the Email tab. Click Change on the left-hand side menu. This will make these fields editable. Click on Add Email Address at the bottom. Choose what type of email it is. Enter in their email. Make sure it's tied to that individual and then click on Save. Then we'll click on the name and we'll double check that they have online credentials. If they don't have online credentials, you'll want to go ahead and create their account. This way they can access their statement. If you prefer that the donor doesn't want an Engage account, again, you can always view and download their statement and hand it to them personally. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and click on Create Account. You can make any changes to their username that you wish, and then click on Save. Last but not least, we'll click back on the Donor Jump button. Make sure everything else is set up correctly, like that email statement button. And once we believe we're good to go, we can close out our windows. We'll head back over to our online statements. Again, click on Details next to the batch that we need. And now we'll see that that donor has an email button next to their name. Once we review our dashboard and make sure that everything looks correct, again, some donors may not want an email, so you might keep that off on purpose. But when you've reviewed your list of donors and everything looks good to go, you can go ahead and email all published, which will send an email to all of your donors to let them know that their statement is visible, or you can click on the email button next to that individual donor to send just that donor an email, letting them know their online statement is now available to view. In this case, we're going to go ahead and click on Email All Published. We get a pop-up asking if we are sure that we want to send this email, and we're going to click on Yes. Again, what this email is going to do is just alert your donors that their statement is now available through their Engage account. And once it has finished emailing, we will get an alert letting us know that the emails have been sent. And so we see the success email button, and we'll simply click on OK. And now we know that those emails have been sent. Now your donors, the email that they're going to receive looks like this. This is an example of that email. So again, it just lets your donors know that their statement is now available to view, print, and download. And to access their statement, they'll simply click on the Access Statement button. They will log into Engage. And here they'll be able to see their statement. Now we're going to go ahead and close this window because I want to show you something kind of neat. After a donor has viewed their statement, you are able to see when they viewed that statement. So to do this, we're going to click on Online Statements. And we're going to click on Details next to our batch. And here we can see in the last viewed column when and if a donor has viewed that statement. So sometimes that can be really helpful as you're getting close to the end of January, or if you want to make sure that your donors have seen that their statement's available, or for some donors, you may want to download that statement and hand it to them directly. So a couple of different options there. You can also click on that last viewed header, which is going to sort and group those together so you can easily see those that have viewed and have not viewed their statement. So that's helpful. Now let's say there was an error on either one or more of your statements and you want to retract that statement. You have the option to retract all published, or in the status column, you can click on the drop-down arrow and click on retract if you need to retract just that specific statement. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and click on retract. And it's going to ask us, are you sure you want to retract these statements? And we're going to say yes. And when you do this, that means that statement is no longer visible to the donors. So if you need to retract those statements, but notice that someone has viewed their statement, you may want to reach out to that donor to let them know you've made a change or correction. At this point, our status is retracted, and you can go in and you can fix any error or update any corrections that need to be made. And once that's complete, you can come back to the dashboard. And you're first going to regenerate all retracted if you want to do the whole batch. Or again, you have that option for an individual as well if you just want to regenerate just a specific statement. We're going to go ahead and click on Regenerate All Retracted. We get a pop-up letting us know that the statements have been regenerated, so we'll click on OK. And at this point, they've been regenerated, but they're still not published. So again, we can choose to publish all unpublished, or we can go ahead and in the status column, publish just the one we want to. We're going to go ahead and click on Publish All Unpublished. We get the pop-up asking if we're sure we want to publish these statements. Again, this will again make those statements visible to your donors when they log into their Engage account, and we'll click on Yes. And from here, we get the alert letting us know that those statements have been published, and we simply click on OK. And from here, we can decide if we want to email all published again, to send out that email again, letting them know that they now have a new statement that's ready to view. Or again, you can email the donor individually. But that is how you generate online statements. If you have any questions, you can always again visit the Help Center, which has step-by-step directions for how to generate the online statements. You can also email our tech support team that can provide some guidance as well.